Did you know that by mid-January, over 80% of people have already given up on their New Year's resolutions? I feel personally attacked by this statement because this has been me many, many times before. But the good news is that you do not need January 1st to start fresh. So last year, a lot of things happened in my life. For the first time ever, I changed my corporate job. I started and stopped being a personal trainer on the side of my 9-to-5. I traveled a lot, I laughed a lot, and I cried a lot. And it was both a really good, but also hard year. So the first thing we want to do is reflect a little bit. I really like to go through my calendar of the last year, as well as my photos on my phone, because it's so easy to forget about many small things that have happened. And usually when I look back, I can only remember one or two big things that happened in a year, and the reality is that a lot more has happened. It doesn't matter if you do this on your phone, on your laptop, or on a notebook. So just start writing down a few memories or things you want to reflect on. The year has many days, so things have happened. Another fun reflection thing you can do, which I actually learned from the Bliss Bean here on YouTube, is think about the last year in people. So who were important people last year? What new people came into your life, or what people might have left your life? Another prompt that might help you is what were unexpected things that happened last year that you could have not foreseen in the beginning of 2024. And also, of course, look at your goals that you set for yourself, maybe at the beginning of the year or somewhere during the year. Don't just look at the goals and see if you made it or not. Look at it from a little bit of a bigger picture. Are these goals even still important to you? Because if your goal was to move away from your country, and now you're actually settled in your hometown and you're extremely happy about that with a job and a partner or whatever it is for you, then maybe this goal isn't actually a goal anymore. Look at them, think about them, and then move on. I really encourage you to take some time for this and not rush through it. It should actually be a joyful thing to do. And don't think about having to tick off all the things, like you have to go through the people, you have to go through your accomplishments, you have to. Just go through the year however it feels good to you and sit with that a little bit. Because we all go through our life and we hurry and go from one thing to the next. And I feel like we take way too little time to actually sit, reflect, think about what's actually amazing in our life, what we appreciate and what we're grateful for. And even the hard things that have happened last year, think about those with a little bit of distance and just take your time with it. So after we've reflected on the past year, now we can look ahead into 2025. Sometimes these big year-long goals can feel really overwhelming and hard to break down. Instead, I recommend to focus on smaller goals and actionable steps that will get you there eventually. I like to think of my goals in categories like personal growth or career, relationships, health, and then think about these questions. Is it realistic? Is it exciting? And what small steps can I take to get started? And here I just want to say, not every goal has to be realistic. I know being Delulu is the solution sometimes.
They think I'm crazy, they think I'm Delulu.
And I totally encourage you to have big goals for yourself. But if you set huge goals in every category of your life, and you have done that in the past years and you've never reached them, I don't know if that's the right way to go. If you have this huge goal, like losing 100 pounds or starting a business, moving abroad, maybe you can break it down into smaller milestones so it feels a little more reachable. And I highly encourage you to set goals for a shorter time frame. So that could be a month. I like to set my first goals for the end of the first quarter. So end of March, you can set your first goals. Maybe that will be from right now until the end of March, I wanna have an average of 3 workouts a week. Or maybe that is from right now until the end of March, I want to post TikTok videos every single day. So the next thing we do is create a vision board. And I've seen that so many times on social media and I never really could identify with it until I did it myself for the very first time. And it can be super, super simple. You either get yourself some magazines and start cutting out stuff that inspires you, or you go the digital route. I have turned into a digital girl the last couple of years. So even though I love and appreciate a handwritten to-do list, I just think it's so much easier to go digital with some things. So my vision board I did on Canva. I went on Pinterest, I typed in keywords that inspired me, or if I already knew something specific I want on my vision board, I typed that in, and then I screenshotted all the pictures that I liked and put them together into a Canva file. Some people like to do it in a format where they can put it as their background on their phone. I decided not to do it and do it on a horizontal format, and I am so happy with how it turned out. Choose your pictures, choose your quotes, choose your style, maybe some other design elements, and just make it fun. Maybe set an evening aside for this and actually sit down and enjoy the process with a candle lit, hot chocolate, or whatever you prefer. If a vision board is not at all your thing, or if you want to do something additional, I love bucket lists. And I don't mean a life bucket list, I mean a bucket list for the year. What are the things that you really want to do? You can prioritize, just write small things, big things, maybe print it out so you can check it off. Those shouldn't be your goals or anything, just experiences you want to have. So now that we have the reflection out of the way, the goal setting, the vision building, and the bucket list, we need to organize, which is definitely my favorite part of all of them because I love planning and organizing. But start by decluttering a little bit, especially your digital space. Clear out old files, old emails, old apps you don't use anymore, so you can start with something that feels like a clean slate. I like to plan my year a little bit with the trips I already know are coming up or big events that I know are gonna happen. And I like to have it all in a nice overview. Also at your birthdays, any deadlines so you stay ahead of the curve. It makes your life so much easier in the long run. So after you set all of this up, your phone feels fresh and clean again. You only have the apps that you actually want to use. Your desktop background is something that inspires you. Your emails aren't overwhelming you anymore, and you know that you've planned the biggest things in your calendar, so you can celebrate the start of the season. Do something fun, change something up, visit a new workout class. I went to the hairdresser and got my roots lightened a little bit, and I just feel all fresh for the new year. Whatever feels good to you, but I always think a little bit of change is fun to start something off. So here's the most important thing I've learned. It's okay to start small. Actually, it's necessary to start small in most cases. You really don't need a grand all or nothing plan to make progress. The progress happens with the small steps, and they just add up on top of each other. It will become a compounding effect, if that's the right way to say that. And what matters is just the consistency, that you keep going and build on all these small little steps. Okay, so let's recap real quick. First, take your time to reflect on the last year. What has this year given you? A headache. Number 2, set realistic and meaningful goals for yourself. Number 3, create a vision board. This is where the Lulu comes in more than the goals. And also create a bucket list of experiences you really want to have. Number 4, get organized. Declutter your digital space. Make sure your phone and your laptop, everything is ready for the new year. Of course, I also mean physical spaces like your office or your desk. And then you can kick off the year. Make an appointment at the hairdresser, sign up for a new workout class, go on a little hike, do whatever toots your horn. And just let me tell you, it's never too late to take control of your life. If you already set your New Year's resolutions and you forgot about them, start again right here. So let me know in the comments below how your planning for 2025 is going. What are your goals? What are your bucket list items specifically? Because I'm still in search for those. And if you enjoyed this video, please make sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe. And if you're ready to transform your life entirely in 6 months, make sure to check out the video that will pop up on the screen in a few seconds. Bye for now.